Have you ever heard of secondary traumatic stress? Today I will explain the implications of STS training and how it will enhance the field of early childhood education. Do you have children in your classroom who have experienced adverse childhood experiences, such as poverty, homelessness, child abuse and neglect, racial injustice, and gang violence? As traumatic as it is for children to go through, it also begins to affect those closest to them, in this case the teacher. Teachers develop secondary traumatic stress when dealing with children with trauma in the classroom that sometimes leads to teacher burnout. Some signs of teacher burnout are stress, fatigue, exhaustion, depression, mood swings, weight loss and weight gain, irritability, sleep loss, and compassion fatigue. 50% of educators are at risk of STS due to their extreme closeness to children with trauma and constantly thinking about how to help them in the classroom. 500,000 teachers leave their job every year due to STS, teacher burnout, lack of support from administrators, and failure to change the system. Turnover rates are higher in low-income communities with a majority of students of color in schools plagued by budget cuts, classroom overcrowding, and work overload. $2.2 billion are spent every year on hiring teachers that are underqualified and undertrained to fulfill high job demands. 10 million children in the U.S. are affected by trauma. And lastly, not being trained in trauma-informed care depreciates job effectiveness, developing appropriate coping skills, and building positive relationships between teachers, students, and families. Using a trauma-informed approach emphasizes self-care for all teachers to develop appropriate coping skills, STS training to identify all signs of teacher burnout, and mental health services for all staff that need it. ECE stakeholders, administrators, and policymakers have an obligation to their staff to provide them the training and support they need in the classroom. Their mental health state is important and critical to the effectiveness of the program. When teachers learn to prioritize self-care, they will be better equipped to work with all types of children and help them overcome trauma in a healthy manner. Please visit the following websites for more information on secondary traumatic stress, trauma-informed practices, and ACEs, to help you and your students build resiliency and grow stronger together.